Welcome to this lecture on mean value theorems and their geometrical interpretation by Dr. Rajesh Singh.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
So yesterday we did interior extremum theorem. What was the statement of that? Yes, if a function has a relative extremum at some point, and if the function is differentiable at that point, then its derivative must be yes, zero. Okay. So we are going to use this theorem today while proving mean value theorem. So you must remember that a function, if it has a relative extremum at some point and if it is differentiable at that point, then its derivative must be zero. Okay, so we are going to do three mean value theorems, and then we are going, if we will have time, then we will see about their applications also. Okay, we will prove some results using these mean value theorems. So first in this line is our Rolle's theorem. Okay, so what is the statement of the theorem? A function f is, if a function is, let f be a function from ab to r, so closed interval ab to r, such that the function f satisfies three properties. First, f is continuous on closed interval ab. Okay. Second, f is differentiable on open interval ab. And third, fa is equal to fb is equal to 0. Then there exists c in the open interval ab such that f dash c is equal to 0. So this is the statement of Rolle's theorem. So a function is defined on closed interval ab. So it is a real valued function from closed interval ab to r, such that the function is continuous on closed interval ab. It is differentiable on open interval ab, and fa is equal to fb is equal to 0. So if these three conditions are satisfied, then by Rolle's theorem there exists a point c in the open interval ab such that the value of the derivative at that point is equal to 0. Is it fine? Yes, is the statement clear to everyone? Yes, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we are going to prove this result. Okay, so we have to find a point C such that the derivative at that point is equal to 0. Okay, so how to do it? Yes, so we will first take out the case. So if fx is equal to 0 for all x belonging to ab, if such a thing happens, then what will happen? If fx is equal to 0 for all x belonging to ab, then what will happen? So it is a constant function, right? And constant function है तो उसका derivative क्या होता है? It is 0 at all the points, right?
Yes, sir.
Then f dash c is equal to 0 for all c belonging to ab. कोई भी point लोगे open interval ab में, so at that point the derivative will be equal to 0, right? Because the function is constant function, so its derivative must be equal to 0. ठीक है? Or you can find the limit also. ठीक है? Limit क्योंकि अभी हमने ये result prove नहीं कराया था, so you can then for any c belonging to ab, limit x tends to c, fx minus fc upon x minus c is limit x tends to c 0 minus 0 upon x minus c, which is equal to 0. So hence this is your f dash c, because we are already given that the function is differentiable, so we can take f dash c. So f dash c is nothing but limit x tends to c fx minus fc upon x minus c. So f dash c is 0 for all c belonging to ab. So if our function is constant function 0, then it is the derivative is 0 at all the points in the upper interval ab, right? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
So let f does not vanish on AB. Okay, so it does not vanish on AB. There is at least one point at which the value of the function is non-zero. Okay, there is at least one point at which the value of the function is non-zero. अब हमारे पास क्या possibilities है? The function can be the function can be totally negative. The function can be totally positive, and also there may be points at which the value is negative, and there may be points at which the value is positive, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what without loss of generality, what we can assume is there is at least one point at which the value of the function is positive. Why we can use without loss of generality here? Without loss of generality, we assume that there exists x naught belonging to AB such that fx naught is greater than 0. Why we can assume this? The function will take the positive value. If the function will not take any positive value, then what we can do is, if the function never takes a positive value, then what we can do in that case?
fx naught is less than 0.
So what we are assuming is, we are assuming that there is at least one point in the interval at which the value of the function is positive. So we are assuming this. Why we can assume this?
Because
if there is a function, if there is a function, if fx is less than 0 for all x belonging to AB, then what we will do in this case? We are assuming without loss of generality, तो ये पता होना चाहिए ना कि why we can you assume this. So ये assumption क्यों allowed है, right? ये जो हम assume कर रहे हैं कि मान लो कि कोई point पे positive है, अगर किसी भी point पे positive नहीं हुआ function, right? If your function is fx equal to minus x square, okay, on 1 to 2, then what will happen? What we will do in this case? क्योंकि हम तो मान रहे हैं कि हम प्रूफ करने जा रहे हैं कि एक पॉजिटिव लेके प्रूव करने जा रहे हैं, तो जो भी प्रूफ आएगा वो एक पॉजिटिव के हिसाब से आएगा. अब इस केस को कैसे हैंडल करेंगे? अगर फंक्शन हमारा टोटली नेगेटिव है तो वी कैन वर्क विद माइनस एफ. ओके, यस, और माइनस एफ और एफ का डेरिवेटिव सेम ही होता है. मतलब अगर किसी पॉइंट पे माइनस एफ का डेरिवेटिव 0 होगा तो उस पॉइंट पे एफ का भी डेरिवेटिव 0 होगा, राइट? यस,
yes, sir.
if needed we can use minus f. ठीक है, इसलिए विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी वी कैन एज्यूम. ओके, इज इट फाइन? तो जब भी हम ये लेते हैं विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी, तो वी मस्ट हैव इन माइंड दैट व्हाई वी आर एज्यूमिंग दैट इट सच अ थिंग. ठीक है, व्हाई वी आर एज्यूमिंग विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी. सो ये पता होना चाहिए क्यों कर सकते हैं. जैसे कई जगह हम कहते हैं कि अगर तीन पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं, fx ग्रेटर देन 0, fx लेस देन 0, fx इक्वल टू 0, या मतलब ये दो पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं, तो हम कई बार एक ही पॉसिबिलिटी लेके चल लेते हैं कि विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी मान लो कि ये है. अदर वे क्यों नहीं, दूसरे वाले को अगर हम हटा रहे हैं तो हमें ये माइंड में होना चाहिए कि व्हाई वी डोंट नीड टू प्रूव दिस केस, व्हाई वी कैन हैंडल दिस केस यूजिंग दिस केस, हाउ वी कैन हैंडल दिस केस यूजिंग दिस केस. ओके, अगर हमारे पास दो केसेस हैं एंड विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी वी आर अज्यूमिंग वन केस, then we should have in our mind that why case 2 will follow from case 1. Okay, ये पता होना चाहिए.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. सो जब भी विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी वर्ड आए तो ये ध्यान रखना कि हम क्यों ऐसा कर पा रहे हैं. ये इसको सोचोगे तभी ये माइंड में तुम्हारे आएगा और धीरे धीरे इट विल बिकम अ हैबिट और देन यू विल नॉट मेक अ मिस्टेक कि कहाँ पे हम विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी एज्यूम कर सकते हैं, कहाँ पे नहीं कर सकते हैं. सो वो माइंड में होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो जब भी यू सी दिस वर्ड विदाउट लॉस ऑफ जनरलिटी, आस्क योरसेल्फ कि व्हाई वी कैन एज्यूम सच अ थिंग. ठीक है. यस, इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So without loss of generality, we are assuming that the function takes positive value at least at one point. Okay, the function is taking positive value at least at one point. Now, let m equal to supremum of fx x belonging to ab. Okay, so we are taking the maximum value of m. Now, function is continuous on closed interval ab. Then what will happen? Because the function is continuous on closed interval ab, so since f is continuous on closed interval AB, so what will happen? मैक्सिमम मिनिमम थ्योरम से क्या होता है? Yes,
F attains the maximum and minimum value at some
yes.
point.
The function attains the maximum value and minimum value. So यहाँ पे there exists a point C belong to AB such that FC is equal to M. Okay. Yes, since F is continuous on AB by maximum minimum theorem, there exists C belonging to AB such that FC is equal to M. अब FC is supremum, तो C क्या हो गया हमारा? तो C क्या हो गया हमारा, क्योंकि ये मैक्सिमम वैल्यू है. सो C अपना क्या हो गया? पॉइंट ऑफ रिलेटिव मैक्सिमम, राइट? C is the point of relative maximum. So then C is a point of relative maximum. ठीक है. In fact, extreme. So extremum point. Hence, by interior or C is midpoint of AB, right? अच्छा, एक sorry. First we have to show that C is an interior point of AB. यहाँ पे क्योंकि ये closed interval आएगा, by maximum theorem से it will be closed interval. Okay, but why it should be in open interval? Why C should be in open interval?
Because FC is not equals to 0.
Why FC is not equal to 0? मतलब M क्यों नहीं है 0? M क्या होगा? Will it be positive, negative or 0?
So it will not be 0. It will be positive.
Why it will be positive?
Also in the starting we have assumed that fx is greater than
Because
0.
this is greater than equal to fx naught. It is the supremum value, so it should be greater than equal to fx naught, and fx naught is greater than 0. ठीक है? So fc is greater than 0. So since fa is equal to fb is equal to 0, so this implies c is not equal to a b. Hence c belongs to ab. That is, c is an interior point of AB, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Also, C is point of relative maximum. So by interior extremum theorem, क्या हो जाएगा? F dash C is equal to 0. ठीक है? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Hence, so we are able to find a point at which the value of the derivative is 0. Okay, so we are able to find a point at which the value of the derivative is 0. Is it fine? So हमने कुछ नहीं करा, simple
Yes, sir.
proof है. Very simple proof. So first we have removed the case when the function takes all 0 values, whether the function is identically 0. So in that case, derivative is 0 at all the points in the open interval AB. Okay, and then we assume that function is non-zero at least at one point. Then without loss of generality, we assume that the function will take positive value at least at one point, and then we took the supremum of m supremum, and because this fx naught is positive, so m should be greater than 0 because m is greater than equal to fx naught. So this c will be our interior point of AB, and फिर interior extremum theorem से we get f dash c is equal to 0. अच्छा, अगर एग्जाम में you are given, अगर एग्जाम में सीधे यही दे दिया केस कि f does not vanish on AB and fx naught is less than 0, then what will you will do? अगर तुम्हें थ्योरम में ही सीधे फंक्शन दे दिया कि you are given a function which has this property, then what you will do? There is that all the function is negative, f is less than 0. उस केस में क्या करोगे, फिर कैसे प्रूफ को करोगे?
We'll take minus f.
माइनस एफ नहीं, फिर डायरेक्ट प्रूफ लिखना है ना. माइनस एफ का यूज क्यों करोगे? उस केस में क्या करो, यू टेक द इन्फीमम m, स्मॉल m. ठीक है, इन्फीमम लोगे तो वो नेगेटिव आ जाएगा क्योंकि वो सबसे छोटा है, राइट? अगर एक भी नेगेटिव वैल्यू है तुम्हारे पास.
Sir, may you please repeat again?
देखो, इफ यू आर गिवन, यहाँ पे हमने पॉजिटिव लिया था, अगर तुम नेगेटिव लो या एग्जाम में तुम्हें दे दिया कि नेगेटिव दे दिया कि द फंक्शन इज टेकिंग एटलीस्ट वन नेगेटिव वैल्यू, देन यू कैन व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन वर्क विद इन्फीमम. ठीक है, so again by maximum minimum theorem there will exist some point at which the function will take the minimum value. फिर उस पे क्योंकि again C will be an interior point, से यहाँ पे अब relative minimum हो जाएगा, और interior extremum theorem तो यही कहती है कि या तो relative maximum हो या relative minimum हो, the derivative will be 0 at that point, right? ठीक है, so यहाँ पे you can work with infimum in that case. अगर तुम assume कर रहे हो कि fx naught is less than 0, then you can work with infimum. Okay?
Okay, sir.
मतलब माइनस एफ से भी काम कर सकते हो, लेकिन माइनस एफ से तो ये लगेगा कि तुम उसी प्रूफ को रिपीट कर रहे हो जो तुमने प्रूफ करा है ये वाला एग्जाम में, मतलब तुम रटाया प्रूफ लिख रहे हो एग्जाम में. ठीक है, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन वर्क विद इन्फीमम. ठीक है, मतलब माइनस एफ से भी हो जाएगा प्रूफ.
Yes,
ऐसा
sir.
नहीं है कि माइनस एफ से नहीं होगा प्रूफ, बट इट्स बेटर टू राइट अ डायरेक्ट प्रूफ. और डायरेक्ट प्रूफ में कुछ नहीं करना है, बस यहाँ पे सुप्रीमम की जगह इन्फीमम कर देना, बाकी सारा प्रूफ सेम हो जाएगा पूरा. ये नेगेटिव हो जाएगा तुम्हारा एंड दिस विल बी रिलेटिव मिनिमम, बस बाकी तो बिल्कुल सेम टू सेम. ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
so now we are going to see its geometrical interpretation. Geometrical interpretation of Rolle's theorem. Okay, so what is the geometrical interpretation of Rolle's theorem? So you are given a function. So let us take a function. We have to take fa equal to fb equal to 0. So we will start from here, come back here, and let us take this. Okay. Okay, so this point is A, this point is B. So we are given, so this is the function. Okay, this is continuous and differentiable because there is no sharp edge, so it is continuous and differentiable. Okay, and fa is equal to, so this is f here, f is continuous on AB, right? F is differentiable on open interval AB, and FA is equal to FB is equal to 0. So our function satisfies this property. Then what will happen? Then what it says? There exists some point C belonging to AB at which the derivative is 0. Now what does derivative represents geometrically?
Tangent.
Slope of the tangent. Okay?
Yes, slope.
So we know that f dash c represents the slope of the tangent to the curve y equal to fx, okay, to the curve y equal to fx at x equal to c, right? F dash c represents the slope of the tangent to the curve y equal to fx at x equal to c, right? So f dash c equal to 0 means slope is 0, right? And slope is 0 means slope कब 0 होता है?
A line tangent in parallel to x-axis.
Yes, if a line is parallel to x-axis, then its slope is 0. So f dash c equal to 0 implies slope of tangent at x equal to c is 0. So geometrically, if a function satisfies all the conditions of Rolle's theorem on a closed on AB, okay, on AB, then there exists a point on the curve y equal to fx at which the tangent to the curve is parallel to x axis. ठीक है, so ऐसा कौन सा यहाँ पे points दिख रहे हैं? If you can see, what are the points here at which the tangent is parallel to x axis? You can see this point. ठीक है, एक ये भी point है, एक ये भी point है. And you can see all these points are local relative extreme point of relative extrema, right? So these are all are C. So एक ये वाला इसको let us just because this point is our C. Fine. ये भी C काम, ये भी C का काम कर जाएगा, ये point भी C का काम कर जाएगा. ठीक है, so at least one point is there. So जितने इस तरह के टर्न्स आएंगे उतने ही हमारे पास इस तरह के C आ जाएंगे, क्योंकि वहां पे टेंजेंट जो है that will become parallel to x-axis, right? Is it clear? So generally, whenever you will go in some interview, they might ask you this question: "Okay, what is the geometrical interpretation of Rolle's theorem?" So you will say that if your function satisfies the three conditions of Rolle's theorem, then you will get a point on the curve at which the tangent to the curve is parallel to x-axis. Okay, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, so ये इसको याद रखना है, because generally you will get this question in interviews also. So they might ask you in the interviews also, what is the geometrical interpretation of Rolle's theorem or geometrical interpretation of mean value theorem. So now we have done Rolle's theorem. Now we are going to do mean value theorem. Okay. So mean value theorem में एक condition drop हो जाती है यहाँ से. So this condition is not there. So because this condition is not there, so there is slight change in this place. Okay. Let us do the mean value theorem. Mean value. Let f be a function from closed interval ab to r such that first f is continuous on closed interval ab, second f is differentiable on open interval ab, third, okay, there is no third condition here. So what it says is if you have a function which is defined on closed interval ab and it satisfies these two properties, that the function is continuous on closed interval ab and it is differentiable on open interval ab, then you will get a point c in the open interval ab such that fb minus fa will be equal to f dash c times b minus a, or or you can write it like this: f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. Okay. Is it fine? Because b and a are not equal, we are taking the closed interval ab, so b and a are not equal, so that's why we can have this. We can bring b minus a in the denominator also. Is it fine? So f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a, right? So let us try to prove this result. So what we will do is we will try prove this result using Rolle's theorem. So Rolle's theorem apply करने के लिए क्या करना होगा हमें? अगर हमें Rolle's theorem apply करना है तो हमें एक फंक्शन चाहिए होगा जो Rolle's theorem की तीन कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करे, right? It should be continuous, differentiable, and at the end points it should attain the value 0, right? Yes. But
Yes,
f तो वो condition satisfy नहीं करता, so we will define another function. So we will define a new function which will satisfy the properties of Rolle's theorem. Okay. So define phi from AB to R as phi of x is equal to fx minus fa minus, so same this whole, you can take this whole here, fb minus fa upon b minus a times x minus, okay, for all x belonging to ab. So what can you say about this function? Does it satisfy all the three properties of Rolle's theorem? Check. By algebra of continuity and differentiability, what will happen? Phi is continuous on closed interval AB, right? And second, phi is differentiable on open interval AB. Why is it so? Because your f, this is constant, this is scalar, this is the function x, which is polynomial, so it is continuous and differentiable everywhere, and this f is continuous on closed interval AB and it is differentiable on open interval AB. So by algebra of continuity and differentiability, this whole will be, because it is just sum and scalar multiple of these functions. So by algebra of continuity and differentiability, phi is continuous on closed interval AB and phi is differentiable on open interval AB, right? Is it right?
yes, sir.
Now what about phi of A? Also phi of A, क्या आ रहा है phi of A, चेक करो. can see अगर a put करते हो तो this becomes fa minus fa which is 0, and यहाँ पे भी a put करते हो तो a minus a is 0, so this whole becomes 0, this is 0, so you get 0, right? And what about b? If you will put b, so fb minus fa, either b minus a, b minus a, b minus a gets cancelled out, so you have fb minus fa minus fb minus fa, so this is again 0, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So phi satisfies all the three conditions of Rolle's theorem. So phi satisfies all the three conditions of, या सीधे लिख देते हैं, चलो we are so by Rolle's theorem, there exists C belonging to AB such that phi dash C is equal to 0, right? Because phi satisfies all the three conditions of Rolle's theorem. So by Rolle's theorem, you will have a point in the open interval AB at which the value of the derivative is 0, right?
Yes, sir.
अब यहाँ से बताओ इसको एक, let's call it A. What is the derivative of phi x? Phi dash x क्या होगा?
F dash x.
आगे from A we know that phi dash x is equal to f dash x, क्योंकि इसका डेरिवेटिव करोगे तो you will get f dash x, ठीक है? इसका डेरिवेटिव is f dash x, इसका 0 because it is a constant, minus this is scalar so you can take it as it is, then this x minus a का derivative is 1, so you get f dash x minus fb minus fa upon b minus a using algebra of derivatives, ठीक है? So use the algebra of derivatives, we get this. So from star 0 is equal to phi dash c is equal to f dash c minus fb minus fa upon b minus a. So this implies f dash c is equal to fb minus fa fb minus fa upon b minus a. Okay, is it clear? सो हमें बस ये थ्योरम याद रखें, हमें यहाँ पे ये फंक्शन याद रखना है, बाकी सारा अपने आप फॉलो हो जाता है. सो दिस फंक्शन वी हैव टू रिमेंबर fx minus fa minus fb minus fa upon b minus a x minus a, ठीक है? सो वी हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस फंक्शन, ठीक है? बाकी तो फिर दिस फंक्शन satisfies Rolle's theorem, so we will get phi dash c equal to 0. Now derivative of phi dash x is this, so when you will put c, so you will get 0 equal to phi dash c, which is equal to f dash c minus fb minus fa, so you get f dash c equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us look at its geometrical interpretation. Okay, so what does this geometrically? Interpretation of, again your derivative represents slope, ठीक है? चलो अभी करते हैं. Okay. So let us again take a function. Let us again take a function. So this time we have to take any function. So let us start from here. Okay. So this is A, this is B. Okay, so this is your f of A, this is your f of B, right? Now what does this statement says? So f, you can see here, because it is, there is no sharp turn, and the function, there is no break in the line, so function is fs. This is your f. Okay, this is your function f. Fs continuous on closed interval ab, right? And fs differentiable on open interval ab. Okay, now f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. What is this? This is our slope of tangent to the curve at the curve y equal to fx at the point x equal to c, right? This is the slope of the tangent to the curve y equal to fx at the point x equal to c. What is this? ये क्या फॉर्म में है? अगर ये स्लोप हो तो, क्योंकि दिस लेफ्ट साइड इज स्लोप, सो राइट साइड शुड बी स्लोप, तो ये किस चीज का स्लोप हो सकता है?
Slope of the line joining 2 points A and B.
आप कौन से पॉइंट्स होंगे बताओ?
A and
AFA, B and FB.
Slope of the line joining points, so हमारे पास दो पॉइंट्स होने चाहिए, A F A, right? y2 minus m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, right? So x1 y1 जो है AFA, x2 y2 is BFP and BFP. ठीक है? So let us draw this line. So कौन सी line होगी? So this point is AFA, right? This point is AFA and this point is BFP, right? So the line joining this is, या इसको दूसरे कलर से ड्रॉ कर लेते हैं। ठीक है, so this is the line joining this two. Now what slope of the tangent to the curve and this, when two slopes of two lines of when slope of two lines are equal, then what happens? Yes, if slope of two lines are equal, then what happens? Then lines are parallel, right? If two lines are parallel if their slopes are equal. We know that. We know that if the slope of two lines are equal, then the lines are parallel. So what does basically this mean value theorem says is that you will get a point on the curve y equal to fx at which the tangent to the curve is parallel to the line joining the points AFA and BFB, right? So there will be some point. So इसमें यहाँ पे if you see you will get this line. So if you see this line is parallel to this line, right? So your point is this. This is your point. So this one, right? So this C is here. This is your C, right? So you can see this line is parallel to this line. So what it says is that geometrically, if a function satisfies the conditions of mean value theorem on AB, then the tangent to the curve y equal to, if the function f y equal to fx at point x equal to c. Okay, so there exists a point ये below, then there exists a point on the curve y equal to fx at which the tangent to the curve is parallel to the line joining the points AFA and BFT. Okay, is it clear everyone, this geometrical interpretation of mean value theorem? So because the two slopes are equal, this f dash c, it represents the slope of the tangent to the curve y equal to fx at the point x equal to c, and this is the slope of the line joining the points AFA, BFP. So since the two slopes are equal, the lines are parallel. So what basically this mean value theorem is, that you will find a point on the curve y equal to fx at which the tangent to the line to the curve is parallel to the line joining the points AFA, BFP. Okay, is it clear? Yes, is it clear, this geometrical interpretation of mean value theorem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how much time we have? We have 5-10 minutes. So let me just give you the statement of generalized mean value theorem. Okay, it is called Cauchy mean value theorem or generalized mean value theorem. Mean value or generalized value. इसको जल्दी जल्दी कर लेंगे because it is on the similar lines to what we have done till now. So इस पे ज़्यादा time नहीं spend करेंगे. Okay, so what this theorem says is, so now instead of one function we will have two functions. Let fg be two functions from closed interval ab to r such that first both f and g are continuous on closed interval ab. Second, both f and g are differentiable on open interval ab. Okay, so both f and g are satisfying these properties. And one more thing, there is one more condition, that third, g dash x is not equal to 0 for all x belonging to open interval ab. So this is the extra condition. Okay, then there exists a point c in the open interval ab such that f dash c upon g dash c is equal to fp minus fa upon gb minus ga. Yes, so how you will prove this? So instead of one function, now we have two functions, and there is one more extra condition, that the derivative of g does not vanish anywhere on the open interval ab. Okay, then we will have this condition, f dash c by g dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon gb minus ga. How you will prove this? So if you see, अगर तुम मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम को ऑब्जर्व करो, व्हाट मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम सेज इज f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a, right? And g dash c should be gb minus ga upon b minus a. So when we will divide these two, because this is non-zero, so we can put this in the denominator also. So you will get fb minus fa upon gb minus ga. Why this proof is wrong? Why we cannot prove like this? Because this C and this C, they may not be equal. ठीक है, इसका C कुछ और हो सकता है, right? So this will be C1 and this will be C2. ठीक है, they may not be equal. Okay, this C and this C may not be equal, क्योंकि ये क्या हो रहा है, मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम में कहते हैं बस देयर एग्जिस्ट. अब हर फंक्शन के हिसाब से अलग C आएगा, राइट? हमारा f कुछ और है तो उसके हिसाब से अलग C आएगा, बट अब हमें चाहिए एक ही सेम पॉइंट पे चाहिए. कॉची मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम में वी वांट इट एट द सेम पॉइंट, सो इसलिए वी कैन नॉट प्रूव इट लाइक दिस. ठीक है, वी कैन नॉट प्रूव इट लाइक दिस बिकॉज दिस C एंड दिस C may be different. Okay, is it clear everyone? Yes, जैसे अगर ये फंक्शन है हमारा, ठीक है, सो इसका C इधर आ गया, यहाँ पे आ गया, ठीक है, और अगर यहीं पे ये वाला फंक्शन होता हमारा, इसका C कहीं और आता है, राइट? So this C is different from this C. So that's why we cannot have we cannot use mean value theorem directly here like this to get this result, right? We have to do something else. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
तो इस तरह से मत कर देना कोई भी डायरेक्ट मीन वैल्यू थ्योरम अप्लाई करके, because that would be wrong. Okay. So again we will use Rolle's theorem here. ठीक है, so Rolle's theorem करने के लिए क्या करना होगा हमें? We will have to define a function in such a way that it satisfies the three conditions of Rolle's theorem. ठीक है, so define phi from AB to R as phi of x is equal to, so this is, you have to remember this function. Okay, so phi of x is equal to same f, this part fp minus fa upon gb minus ga. Okay, and this then gx minus ga. ठीक है, and then fx minus fa. So this function you have to remember for all x belonging to AB. Okay, so why GB minus why GA is not equal to GB? अगर ये दोनों इक्वल हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा? If GA will be equal to GB, then what will happen?
सर डिनोमिनेटर जीरो हो जाए.
नहीं, डिनोमिनेटर तो जीरो, मतलब वही तो हम डिफाइन कर रहे हैं.
सर
we are
एग्जिस्ट
defining
नहीं
like
करेगा.
this. ये जो g dash x हमारा नॉन जीरो दिया हुआ है, ठीक है, क्योंकि g dash x हमें नॉन जीरो दिया हुआ है तो रोल्स थ्योरम की वजह से ये इक्वल नहीं होंगे. ठीक है, Okay, note phi is, या note लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, so phi is well defined. Okay, so why it is well defined? Since g dash x is not equal to 0 for all x belonging to AB, so this implies GA is not equal to GB. Otherwise, if GA is equal to GB, then there exists, see, by Rolle's theorem, there exists C belonging to AB such that G dash C is equal to 0. Contradiction, right? Because G dash X is non-zero on an open interval AB. Okay, is it fine? Contradiction. Okay, so hence phi is well defined. Hence phi is well defined. Also by algebra of continuity and differentiability. Okay, our phi will be, phi is continuous on closed interval AB. Second, phi is differentiable on open interval AB. Also, if you look at this, phi A will be equal to phi B equal to 0. Why is it so? Because if you look at this, if you put x equal to A here, so this will become GB minus GA, so this will get cancelled out. So you will get FB minus FA minus FB minus FA, which is equal to 0. And if you put x equal to B, sorry, and अभी B put कर दिया था, अब x equal to A put करोगे तो this becomes 0 and this becomes 0. So overall it is 0. So in either case you get phi A equal to phi B equal to 0. Hence, by Rolle's theorem, there exists C belonging to open interval AB such that phi dash C is equal to 0. अब phi dash C क्या है? Phi dash C यहाँ से निकालोगे तो now इसको A बोल दो. So from A, phi dash x क्या होगा? It is, ये तो FB minus FA ये constant है, scalar है, so this will be as it is, GB minus GA. इधर GX minus GA था, so GA will become 0. It will be G dash x minus F dash x. So from star, from star, 0 is equal to phi dash C, which is equal to FB minus FA upon GB minus GA times G dash C minus F dash C. So when you will simplify it, you will get F dash C by G dash C is equal to FP minus FA upon GB minus GA. Hence proved. Okay, is it fine? So you did not ask, किसी ने भी मुझसे एक क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा कि GA इक्वल टू GB है, बट रोल्स थ्योरम में हमारे पास ये 0 भी होता है, बट यहाँ पे हम डायरेक्टली क्यों कह रहे हैं? यस, यस. अगर देखा हो तुमने 12th में, तो ये वाली स्टेटमेंट पढ़ी हुई है तुमने अपनी 11th या 12th में, बट राइट नाउ वी आर यूजिंग दिस स्टेटमेंट. राइट नाउ वी आर यूजिंग दिस स्टेटमेंट कि दोनों 0 एज्यूम कर रहे हैं हम. सो व्हाई इज इट सो कि ये दोनों क्यों इक्वल हैं? यस, व्हाई दिस टू स्टेटमेंट्स आर इक्विवेलेंट? अगर हम 0 हटा भी दें तो क्यों सेम होगा? तो एक्सप्लेन कर सकता है कोई? अगर देखो हमारे पास कोई फंक्शन है एफ ए इक्वल टू एफ बी है, अगर जो 3 सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है, एफ इज कंटिन्यूअस ऑन ए बी एंड एफ इज डिफरेंशिएबल ऑन ए बी, ठीक है। तो देन व्हाट वी कैन डू इज वी कैन डिफाइन एच एक्स इक्वल टू एफ एक्स माइनस एफ बी, ठीक है। सो देन एच इज continuous on AB, right? H is differentiable on open interval AB, right? And what is H of A? H of A is FA minus FB, and these two are equal, so it is 0. And HB is also 0, so these two are 0. So by right, अब रोल्स थ्योरम से क्या होगा, H dash x क्या है, H dash x is equal to F dash x. सो इसीलिए हमारे पास ये दोनों इक्विवेलेंट हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि वी कैन टेक दिस फंक्शन अदरवाइज, इसलिए द टू स्टेटमेंट्स आर इक्विवेलेंट, जो तुमने 12th में पढ़ी थी, और ये वाली स्टेटमेंट इसलिए इक्वल है बिकॉज वी कैन ऑलवेज वर्क विद दिस फंक्शन, ठीक है। इज इट फाइन?
Yes, sir.
बट बिकॉज सिलेबस में तुम्हारी रो ये बुक हम वी आर फॉलोइंग दिस बुक बार्टल एंड शर्बर्ट, सो अगर एग्जाम में आता है तो ये 0 लिख देना, बट 0 का उतना ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है, बिकॉज वी कैन ऑलवेज ट्रांसलेट दिस फंक्शन टू अवर डिजायर्ड फंक्शन, राइट। दिस इज ट्रांसलेशन फंक्शन, राइट, क्योंकि हम स्केलर को ऐड कर रहे हैं, सब्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं, सो दिस इज ट्रांसलेशन, सो वी आर जस्ट ट्रांसलेटिंग द फंक्शन, राइट। सो इस बिकॉज ये काम कर जाता है तो ये सेम चीज हो जाती है, ठीक है, इसलिए वी कैन टेक दिस 0 हियर, ठीक है। इसलिए ये these two statements are equivalent, जो तुमने 12th में पढ़ी थी जिसमें 0 नहीं था, और जो तुम अभी पढ़ रहे हो इसमें 0 है, बट both the statements are equivalent because we can always have because of this function, translation function, ठीक है। Is it fine? Is it fine everyone?
Yes, sir.
इसलिए हम यहाँ पे, इसलिए although we have ये हमने कंडीशन नहीं यूज करी, बट ये भी होल्ड करता ही है, ठीक है। और यू कैन प्रूव इन द कोरोलरी आल्सो, कहीं पे लिख भी सकते हो, ठीक है। अभी हमें स्पेस तो है नहीं हमारे पास बीच में, बट जस्ट कीप दिस इन माइंड, या लिख लेते हैं, चलो यहाँ, चलो पहले इसमें ज्योमेट्रिकल इंटरप्रिटेशन रह गया, वो कर लेते हैं, इसका सिंपल है, 2 मिनट का है, उसको खत्म कर लेते हैं। ज्योमेट्रिकल of generalized value theorem. So what is the geometrical interpretation of generalized mean value theorem? So now you have two functions, okay, instead of one function you have two functions. Again you have f dash c g dash c equal to fb minus fa upon gb minus ga, right? Now this is, what is this? This is, so again स्लोप ही होंगे ये दोनों, ये भी स्लोप होगा किसी चीज का, ये भी स्लोप होगा। so अब ये किस चीज का स्लोप होगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि उनमें भी स्लोप है तो यहाँ पे भी स्लोप ही होगा हमारे पास। so this should be slope of the line joining the points। कौन से पॉइंट्स होंगे, yes, what are the points joining the points, GB, GB, FB, या इसको जो है ना, इसको हम उल्टा कर लेते हैं, बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग टू यूज slope of the line joining the points GB, FB and GA, FA, right? Yes, this is the slope of the line joining the points, these two points. अब ये points किसके होंगे, so this is the curve, अगर ये curve देखें, this is the curve x equal to ft, y equal, sorry, x equal to gt, y क्योंकि x कोऑर्डिनेट में हमारे पास g है, so x equal to gt, y equal to ft, okay। इस तरह का फंक्शन को क्या कहते हैं? ये कौन सी इक्वेशन है? पैरामेट्रिक इक्वेशन ऑफ अ कर्व, right? P belonging to, so this is a parametric equation. Now what is your dy by dx? dy by dx क्या होगा? dy by dt into dt by dx, right? dy by dx is dy by dt into dt by dx. And what is dy by dt? It is f dash t. And what is dt by dx? It is 1 by g dash t, because dx by dt will be g dash t. So this is your ft g dash t. So basically dy by dx at x equal to c will be f dash c by g dash c. Now what does this represent? This is slope of the tangent to the curve given by the parametric equation slope of the tangent to the curve, right? So this is slope of the tangent to the curve at point x equal to c, oh sorry, t equal to c. Okay, at point t equal to c. Okay, so this is the slope of the tangent to the curve at point t equal to c. So what we have geometrically here? So if we have a curve which is represented by the parametric equation x equal to gt, y equal to ft, क्योंकि parametric equation क्या होता है? दो फंक्शन से रिप्रेजेंट होता है कोई कर्व, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल सर्कल की पैरामेट्रिक इक्वेशन क्या होती है? पैरामेट्रिक इक्वेशन ऑफ अ सर्कल of radius 1 is x equal to cos t, y equal to sin t, और अगर रेडियस r लेना है तो r cos t, r sin t, राइट? रिमेंबर, पढ़ा होगा तुमने? यस, यस,
Yes, sir, पढ़ा है.
पैरामेट्रिक इक्वेशन ऑफ अ सर्कल, t जो है तुम्हारा कहां से कहां होगा? इट विल बी फ्रॉम 0 to 2 pi, ठीक है? सो दिस इज योर पैरामेट्रिक इक्वेशन ऑफ अ सर्कल. सो अगर हम कोई भी कर्व लेते हैं which is represented by the parametric equation of a circle, then we can use this generalized mean value theorem. So geometrically, if we represent, if we have a curve given by the parametric equation, if we have a curve given by the parametric equation x equal to gt, yes.
सर वो वीरेंद्र सर का मैसेज आया तो सर वो अटेंडेंस लेनी है बच्चों की.
अच्छा, सॉरी, आई जस्ट फॉरगॉट. चलो मैं ये लिख के भेज दूंगा, यू कैन लीव राइट नाउ, ओके? तो ये देख तो लिया, मैं लेट मी जस्ट कंप्लीट द नोट्स. मीनवाइल यू ऑल कैन लीव नाउ, ओके? So if we have a curve given by the parametric equation x equal to gt, y equal to ft, t belonging to ab, where g and t, f and g satisfies the conditions of mean value theorem, the condition of Cauchy's mean value theorem, then there exists a point on the curve at which the tangent to the curve is parallel to the line joining the points GA, FA and GB, FB. So this completes your geometrical interpretation of mean value theorem. So bye everyone. I'm ending this class now.
Thank you for watching this video. To stay updated, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cosmos Learning. Happy learning through Cosmos Learning. To watch more, click on any of these cards. Thank you once again.